Hi, we're here at the Dawes Arboretum. I'm here with Jeff Bowman. He's the curator of the Conifer Garden slash the Conifer Glen.
Conifer Glen.
The Conifer Glen here at the Dawes Arboretum. And we're standing here with Metasequoia Daweswood Tawny Fleece, which is an introduction they introduced here at the Dawes Arboretum. Jeff, what do you like about this tree?
Well, it's a nice witch's broom plant derived from a witch's broom, and I like it because it's a lot smaller than ones get like 100 feet tall, but it is a small rounded plant. You could put it in small garden areas because it doesn't get too big as far as we know.
Yeah.
It has a nice fall color, like a rusty orange, and it's just a nice prehistoric looking plant that was around when the dinosaurs were here.
And so this tree originated here at the Dawes Arboretum. What's a little bit of the history behind that?
Well, we had a plot of Don redwoods planted at the Arboretum, north part of the Arboretum, and they're from China. Some of the cones are from China, from all over China really. And this was a witch's broom that started growing on one of the plants way back in the early 2000s we discovered. So Rich Larson, the propagator, started propagating this, and we have some nice plants around the ground derived from that.
I really like this plant. I think it's such a fun plant. Those long needles are so distinctive because the genetics from the new wild collection makes this tree really stand out. There's not many other dwarf witch's broom Don redwoods like it.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you taking time to share this with us.
It's also hardier than Sherman's hardly.
Yep.
Hey, this is Tim Nichols with Mr. Maple. We're here at one of the projects at the Dawes Arboretum that's going to hopefully increase the diversity of Metasequoia glyptostroboides in cultivation.
Hi. We're standing next to the, at this point, the only broom we found in our ex situ collection of Metasequoia glyptostroboides. The broom is not in good shape now, but it is surprisingly still alive. We've propagated from that broom, as mentioned in the other video you have, and have plants of some high quality in the collections from this broom in a much different habit than I would think it would grow, since they're growing rounded and the broom seems to be upright. But as Tim mentioned, the project here is to increase the germplasm of Metasequoia glyptostroboides, which previously was found in around 1948, before the fall of the Iron Curtain and Mao Zedong, by a group of gardens, and most notably the Arnold Arboretum. And from that point they sent seed to various gardens, including the Dawes Arboretum. And the trees grown from the seed were restricted to that one very small population. Of course, before they found that plant, it was considered to be only a plant of extinction, and only fossil records were known at that before 1948. But then in the 80s, this collection was found, this species was found in a different valley, the name of which is unknown, I can't remember at this point. But there were several trees, many trees, in this other valley. And from that, the collections were made, and we received approximately over 250 different seed lots from Rutgers University in 1991, and I was a young staff member at that time, and they came in gallons, and they were approximately 3 feet tall, and we planted them out that year, so this collection dates back to that point. Nearly 30 years, would be 30 years, I guess. And so the trees here are approximately 30 years old. And interesting to see old photos of these young little Metasequoias out there. Subsequently, they've grown to heights of almost 10 meters in some cases. But they have not produced fertile seed yet. And the hope is that they will produce fertile seed so that we can then disseminate this seed to various gardens and commercial institutions as well, nurseries, for the purpose of increasing the germplasm of this species, which can only have a positive effect. Since we know with other species like Franklininia latamaha, where the weakness of inbred, of a very limited germplasm and inbred weakness can cause significant problems trying to get those plants to establish. And we're hoping that that by increasing the germplasm, we'll have a more vigorous and stable population of this plant.
Yeah, I think this plant is pretty striking on itself because it's so different. Even this tree is different than what you think of when it comes to Dawn redwoods that are in cultivation.
Yeah.
I mean, you can clearly see how this tree is already standing out from what you see as a Dawn redwood. If we do an up close look at the leaf here in a minute, we'll really see those needles and see how much longer the needles are in this plant than...
There's a lot of variation in the foliage, and I gave a program up in Vermont once where I noted that, showed some photographs of how the some of the needles were variable in their texture as well as their length. And also the form is quite variable in here, as you can see, if you were to walk through the collection. There are some that are quite kind of stumpy and not very vigorous, and others that are truly a good classic form. It's a good central leader and good vigorous habit.
So here we have an up-close look on the needle length of the parent tree from Daweswood Tawny Fleece. And you'll notice it's so much longer than what you think of a metasequoia. It's just really, really unique and has that brown cast to it, that bronze cast that makes Daweswood Tawny Fleece fairly famous. And really is a plant that I think is going to really be a rock star in the landscape and garden.
Yeah, it's pretty, the environment's pretty needed.